You don't want to fight? Ah, cool. Good. I knew there was one. So if anyone is on the other side, are on your levels across the board, good, because there hasn't been an obvious update yet. But I am suspecting that if there ever is another one, then he's gonna do that. Always does. Always fucked up something. But yeah, we are getting really close to being able to finish this, and I've just not picked up Hogwarts Legacy again. Because at this rate, I am just gonna have to play that as much as I am playing this, but I'm having more fun with this. Because this, I'm doing more of the story. Rather than trying to do all of the Merlin trials. Because I think, yeah, the main difference is that I'm trying to get all the achievements in Hogwarts Legacy. In this, I just want to at least beat the game. But I have also now been able to figure out how to connect RetroArch properly with retro achievements. Because, yeah, I mentioned it before, but now it just means I can open up like a stream series of me wanting to 100% Pokemon Emerald and have that run separately to the Grass type only remake, where part 1 will actually exist. I do not know if whether or not the system can detect stuff like PK Hex at all. I will try my absolute damnedest to have it not do that. But I mean, I will also just see like how long it takes until it's like I do have to trade, because I won't end up having to do that, especially for completing the decks, because that is actually a part of it. Or at least not, I don't think National Dex is in it because of how many other games that requires, but at least the regional decks, the one that allows you to get the whole in the Johto starters. Which I was on my way to doing an official version of Emerald, just because I wanted to complete the decks in one of the older games. Because I have never done it. And like, Sun is the only game I've actually completed like the national decks for in any capacity. I mean, I've done the regional decks for Black 2. But I cannot say in any of it that I have outside of, you know, seeing them get the national decks and stuff like Diamond Pearl and Plan. Never have I gone my way of actually trying to catch them all. At least not often. Wow, I'm surprised. So technically, if you are in the middle of a power dance and you get put to sleep, as soon as you wake up, you can actually turn in attack in the same turn. I did not know that. Because that's so situational. But now I know that you technically can attack in the same turn as you wake up. Just requires a monstrous setup. Actually, yeah, I've not even ever tried to do it from the original Black and White. Although that's mainly because quite a few Pokemon are locked behind the vent and being really weird and like Virgin exclusives requires both of them, or specifically with the Forces of Nature. It's not one of them called, but you know the big buff guys, the green, blue, and orange ones with the fairy forms. Yeah, the situation of where you have to catch them. That's a Virgin exclusive in both Black and White. Then trade one over to the other, and then go to a specific place to then be able to get Landorus. And it has to be done in Black and White as well. Just Black and White can't even be done in Black to White at all, because you can't even get them. Because yeah, I can't think of any other cases where you need both version exclusives to get another mon. Normally, these version exclusives are left alone, but you can complete like almost all of the decks minus mythicals like that with just one of the games, because there aren't that many version exclusives for Black and White. Like, okay, you got Braviary, Mandibuzz, Litigan, Whimsicott. But even though those two don't count, because there is a trade to get the other one. And then there's also Uniclus and Gothorrhea. Gothitelle. There's only, what, really 4? Well, 4 lines of version exclusives. I want to believe that are not just legendaries in that. Because that's the end of the game anyways. He's definitely one of the better ones for it. Because oh, do I know there are some games that love them. Love the version exclusives. Well, especially he's awful for trying to do it in like Gold, Silver, Crystal on their own. Because I'm pretty sure with just Gold and Silver, you still cannot complete the national decks because they didn't make a regional one for it. It was just the Pokedex. It literally was just the addition of Kanto and Johto. Even then, you couldn't. Like, you had no way of getting the Johto, the Kanto starters, the fossils. I want to say that there's a few more, but a lot of it was within the intention of, you know, the kid would have had the other games. Like, just the assumption. Actually, would you have been able to even get Celebrate if that was just a regular event? Or was it never released? Wouldn't surprise me if it was just never released. I don't know, trying to think that far back, but yeah, it does become a problem when you do need both red, blue, and gold? At least silver? Because yeah, okay, red and blue you can absolutely. But then it also does mean you cannot do it with yellow. You cannot combine like red and yellow. Even though that just makes orange. But it's specifically because of how the version exclusives are in yellow that you let's say you need both red and blue. You just trade the stuff over to gold and or silver, depending on which one. But even then, it cannot just be one save. There has to be multiple because the starters. Because of how far you end up having to go, especially with the fossils. And you only get one choice and you're having to go all the way over to Cinnabar. Yeah, you can find ways to make it shorter, but still quite a lot. And it's making life easy, you can't involve the starter either. So then there's at least 2. And then arguably it would be easy to just trade over the... Oh no, you can't. I don't know if you can actually trade over any items from red and blue to gold and silver. Well, maybe with like the stuff in the N64 that is possible. And again, I've never tried it. I wouldn't know. Because that would seem like the only way. Because I'm guessing that would actually be like you can trade Mons, but it would make sense for it to be in like the only. That's why they made it so that the evolution stones could just be bought or just were in plentiful supply because you couldn't trade them over. And obviously no Pokemon at this point could hold them. So due to that, that's the only way they could get around it. And don't even speak to me about anything to do with Ruby and Sapphire. Okay. Yeah, you can sort those, but I don't think you're getting them all. I don't know why you need Colosseum for the stuff to do with like the Johto ones in the first place. Because did Ruby and Sapphire even have the national dex enabled? Or was that not a thing until Fire and Leaf Green? I really do want to say it was not properly implemented until Fire and Leaf Green. Could entirely be wrong on it, but I know there's like the Ruby Sapphire 200 or something. Well, that's more VGC or Smargon of just the Pokemon within it, and I mainly remember it because it's a format that Tangoose is really, really good at. Because the scope is just so limited, and it's just good enough that it can actually improve a threat. I don't really say that in any other format. Try maybe you're tired. Try not to drown! And then one national wise Diamond Pearl. Yeah, it didn't have been nailed on properly, it was made better and worse. Okay, yeah, you could trade all your stuff over from any of the GBA games. But then it becomes the point of how much can you get in just Diamond and Pearl before you actively have to use the earlier games? Because I want to say starters are de facto. But no plan. No plan, just Diamond and Pearl. And I really do want to say that the stars are going to be in there no matter what. Fossils, I think you're actually going to be fine, because I think national dex wise you can. Well, yeah, once you get it, then you can actually hunt for the fossils. In Gens 1 and 3, so you're sorted there. Okay, yeah. Legendaries, yeah, there are no ways to get the older legendaries. Really. Well, I think because of how it is annoying, you can only trade sticks over once every 24 hours. I think that there is a way to circumvent that, which is like put it forward in time, but then have it transition over naturally. Of like put it all the way up to 23:59, then have it go on to the next day naturally, and then it resets it, and you just need that. I don't know how much of that is true. Sounds like it would be true though. Any more trainers? There we go. I guess that's why you have Lyra made a website being like, I'm gonna do the what was the fucking thing? I just said it. What, catching them all, the living decks. Yeah, that makes things so much worse. Not even I would do that. Cleaning the deck's completely fine. The only time I'd even want to do living decks, but even just in spirit, would be certain shinies are just really good, but that would also be way more effort than needed. Oh my god, oh, is in so much pain. I know exactly where it is and why. I can't do anything about it because I'm still on the 18-week waiting list. I've been since like early May. Only 12th of May, I want to say, so it's been in of 2 weeks. So only 16 more to go, and it's getting worse. Yeah, I am actually vomiting and so on. But still there. Maybe today would have been fine if I didn't have to do my shopping. Well, at least I know that the rest of the day and a bit of earning more tomorrow. I can just be barefoot. Yeah, I myself would never be willing to complete the national decks on stream outside of the Emerald 100%. Or at least I wouldn't want to do living decks. Because that's way too much maximization. I would just be fine, honestly, with completing the decks and still be annoyed that all you get is the diploma. It was not until Black 2 White 2 that they actually gave you a good reward for it. Because, okay, you're thinking Emerald when you get... If they gave you all 3 of the Johto starters, yes, absolutely, it would be great. But the fact that you only get 1, and it's just easier to get them in Colosseum, is not worth it. Or if it was a shiny one. But you actually have the option, do you choose all 3 of them, or 1 of them to be shiny? And then you choose the one you want, and that one is shiny. I reach it. Okay, I've not reached the secret mine just yet. But I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna go all the way back and just fly from Palatown. I'll fly to Palatown and then go down that route. Yeah, Black 2 White 2 was the one to evolve the shiny charm. The generation before they then like doubled the shiny rate. I still need to do it for Black 2. Like I said, I completed the regional deck, so I have the oval stone. All of the ones from Gen 5. 1 through 5, and you can get quite a lot in just 5. Obviously not all. And I don't know how many I'm short of. But it just becomes a game of like just complete the decks in like each one to then trade the necessary ones over to the next game. And just repeat that over and over again. So usually the best option is to at least do some breeding. I don't think... Oh wait, no, I can actually just... Can I? Will it allow me? I think it's not. I have to actually go through the islands itself. I thought I could just go straight there anyways and just get to that. There's no point. No. A lot of beauty trainers out here. I don't know how they're swimming in dresses like that. They're not Rose. Just gotta find the door at some point. I don't have to wonder that because of all the stipulations of actually getting the legendaries and mythicals in the leggings, it just fucked the Guard Catcher more off of blocks from Gen 2, well after Gen 2, like Grizzle was the last one. I want to say Ruby and Sapphire Stripe didn't have it? Or were they the last ones actually? Oh, go on this small deep dive. No, it seems like it did. Always when I'm looking at on Reddit. But then, no. I think it showed it there, but then... Trying to look up official box art is essentially saying no. Legend Emerald doesn't have it. Again, no. Crystal, what are the last games that have it? Because by then they realize, no, to even attempt to complete the deck, you are going to be needing a lot of money. Money that kids do not have. I mean, there's another chance that they could end up with like the GameCube and games, but also extra software. Not extra software, just hardware, and also what chances they were like me and had the handhelds, like the PS2 and not the GameCube. Especially if you try and do it now with how expensive the GameCube itself is and the games. Just scalpers are cunts. And there's any chance of demonetization gone within 21 minutes. But they are though. Because they're like, oh, I see this thing could potentially go up in price. A lot. I'm gonna buy all of it. And then just scam people out of money. Because honestly, it's just anything that's like a collaborative effort concerning Pokemon, they would just do it. Because they see Pokemon on it and decide I need to scout. Because they did that with fucking Pop-Tart. I don't think it's really come over the British shores, but Pop-Tarts. Just because there's a Pokemon logo on it, and it's like, yes, I need to scout that. Even though it was apparent and I generated that thing. I know it was like weeks ago. Let me stop. Just stop anything involving the scalping in the first place. You can't even attempt to name Jalen because they just show themselves. And you know, the companies are already on the level. Well, we're the ones getting money. Why should we give a shit about what happens with our product afterwards? Do I? Actually, is there a functioning PC at the house? Actually, I'm not even gonna need that. I can just deposit. Yeah, one can just get the levels in the mansion anyways. I do not remember Paraton at all being purple. An odd choice, because, you know, it's the palette. You know, the stuff that the colors or the paints go on. That's what the towns are. Well, the rest of the town says are shades of colors. You want to know the fish are buying? No, I'm good. Clearly it was stuck into you from birth if your name is just Fisherman. Because you know, we don't get to know your name until later on. On another system many years in the future. So the matter jump from this. How far in the green looking about what, 6 years? We're closer to 8 if we what was it? Oh god. Between 6 and 8 years. Yes, I know this is like 80s hardware versus what was created in 2000s later on. But it's still impressive in that time, that massive leap forward. I was looking at it took like 6 years to even like, to get Pokemon going in the first place. Like they started production in 1990. We're dead set on making this just a thing for the handheld. Maybe that was the reason as to why the Game Boy stuck around so long, because they had a feeling that this game, well, the original Red and Green, were going to do so well. That'd be really funny if that was the case. Yeah, and it doesn't go well with that theory of like Gold, Silver, and Crystal were intended to be the last games. I think it was in the case of like they still planned to do more, but you know, a lot of the evidence does kind of work out, and like you're able to go to the old region. You are essentially fighting against yourself in the end. Oh, there's no more. Clearly it wasn't, because the series is still going so very fucking strong. Oh, this is the one, the Magikarps. Oh, I'm not happy about this. There's always one, and why is it got to be a level of a Gyarados? Level 27, but no Gyarados is inside. How dare you? See? Yeah, you really think you were going to win when your entire team knows Cycle and Splash? Get over yourself, will ya? The sea cleanses my body and soul. Don't be one of those religious people! Which is ironic, because religion did try to shoot down, or I think, well, it wasn't all of religion, but some, because they saw evolution, be like, this opposes my worldview. Shut it down. And then you have that passion, the one going, the why. Why? Why? Because he was saying it was the devil. I mean, I'm wondering what he thinks about it now. Or even dead, being like, then I'm pretty sure there were people of the church where he was at that did not believe what he was saying. Always that funny part of where they just feel so trusted in it, in their judgment of saying something to the devil, and then their followers don't agree with them. Well, I think there were cases where they were trying to get it banned in some places, at least in schools, because well, I don't know if it was just this or even the TCG as well. But yeah! Definitely was a thing that I escaped the Pokemania. I don't think they were like scammers. Were they really scammers? But I kind of I can know there was at least one case where kids got locked in a shop or something because they were trying to get the Pokemon card before anyone else. So you still had them kids, obviously. But I wonder if, like, especially around that time, more people were thinking, well, this is being cool, but how are they going to follow up from it? And even if. How long did it take for them to announce gold and silver? And were there any proper Gen 1s back then? Or like, we don't like this, we like the original? Because, okay, yeah, that's what happened in like the 2010s, and I think it kind of, well, most died out. I think it kind of, Gen 1 has just died out for Gen 5 to take the claim, or closest, be the closest to it, but I'm also a part of that group, because I do like Gen 5. Yeah, I didn't play Black 2, White 2 until much later, but they are now my favorite Pokemon games. So what does that say? You know, I went against the grain of try and say Hogwarts or Silver are the best ones. Yes, I've known to. I do know that there's more stuff in them than originally thought. Part of it being because the game doesn't tell you enough. So yes, I can absolutely see as to why in many cases it would be better, but I still prefer Black 2, White 2. Mainly because to have a good time with the deck itself, you're not needing the Pokewalker, a separate accessory. I've still yet to look up how much they are. Because I just thought, oh, they're going to be fucking expensive because they came with the games and were just never sold separately. And also, clearly were like trainer ID dependent, I'm pretty sure. Or at least save file wise were. And so because of stuff like that, you think it's not going to be possible when you get an official one. But then it potentially is. I still haven't looked up. I don't have my handhelds around. You'd think I would by this point, but I do not. Yeah, okay, it isn't because I can play the entire library on my PC without much of an issue until it comes to the DS, and I'm like, oh god, no, the split screen is what fucks it up, because it can work for Pokemon, but it's like any games needing to, well, any games are like Lego or Batman, where the thing where the game is, well, at least the game level is viewable across both screens. So trying to set it up like Pokemon like doesn't work. And you have to reorganize it. But then I think that crashes the game for some reason. I'm not seeing any others. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the only caveat, really. Then we got, and then again, I still need to actively play a lot of the Spider-Man ones as well. Just to see what they're like. I mean, I tried to do that for Weather Shadows and then got to a point where I accidentally erased the save file. I'd not be saying the mist. Okay, I was about to say the mist made me confused. No, I have been happy. fulfill the sun and the wind. Depending on what ends up happening, this may just be ended early. Well, because I could end up just making it so that I clear out gyms 7 and 8, go all the way through the Vinci Road and just be right before the leaf on the Indigo Plateau and end it there. And then having Leaf all be in a separate stream. Well, and then see, can I do it in one attempt? Because yes, I will have to hack red candies in just to make it easier. I'm not gonna be doing the really annoying thing of actually grinding out all of the levels. Because that's not fun for anyone, and I used to do that because I tried to play legit and then just realized it's not worth it. You're at the end of the game. Just hacking the candies. Because yeah, that's the only time when I do it, is when I'm right there at the end. You have nothing left, just 5 battles left to go. And considering that there is a level 65 Flareon, I'm gonna be needing those levels badly. I don't know how high I want to go. I don't want to go all the way up to that level. I mean, we'll see what level my mons are by the end. By the time I get there, I want to say put them at least all to be level 50 and above. At least. Well, this is, yeah, it's also even worse because, as I've said many times, no way of rematching trainers. They tried that, but then the only way it was programmable, or at least the way that they did it, was having it so that the trainers would always rebattle the player, and that's just, it's ever been like an optional thing. Like, it would just be no matter what, you'd find them. And then I think you transition into like the town, like nearest to you, so like for round 11, you find one trainer, you go into the mini, and you go back onto round 11 in the line of sight, and they fight you again, like they didn't fight you before. Yeah, that would have been a really good source of infinite money. But it absolutely would fuck you up if it was a trainer that gave you a lot of trouble. And also, I need to sort something out very quickly. Game. Okay, be back in a couple minutes. I don't need both ways to use this right now. I know that is correct. I was thinking of someone else. I was mainly thinking almost supposed to have a 6th team member, and like, no. $99,502. Or 99 for 148,000. I don't think I'm gonna be needing that many. At least 18. Don't even need max potions either because we're not going over 200. Now, why is it in this menu it doesn't like reset? But it doesn't here. Oh, right, that's egg bomb, isn't it? Yeah, I should really put a lot of my stuff away. I recently accessed the wrong one. I do it every time. Alright, well, yeah, why did it go all the way back up to the top every time? Don't understand. Okay, we are gonna go. Good to go. We'll put palms up at front, and I think a little bit of red candy we now have. Yeah. 47. So only 4 more levels. Don't need to do anything with the fossil. At least there's one I'd say matches the color. It's a cinnabar, because at least fire, you know. I actually do not know if this plays if I'm using HM. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Although I'm potentially expecting all the thieves in this place to have fire types and not just poison types. If any of them want to exist, because I swear there is some. Oh, that's on. Are they just not on the first floor in this game? I didn't see any of the thieves at all. I swear there's normally at least one. I guess if the game is zoomed in this much, then my mind would just start to think that. Okay, there is one there, and I can't remember if it's him or someone else in this place that can just get you stuck. I can't get out of this whole place is one big puzzle. The entrance and exit is not far from you. God. Okay, so I was right about the fire types. I just didn't know which one. Of course, the minion is faster. The minion. And now it's a fucking burning. Are you serious? Ember normally does not fucking burn the opponent, at least not like that. I guess this is in one where the chances are double. Just because. Yeah, I know I'm not using attack, but I'm just losing health because of it. Just means I have to use a full heal. Okay, it's gonna require me to activate a statue, it seems. The calcium. Yeah, I normally was previously doing it on palms, but I want to say the magical as the lowest special, or not actually, and I put the wrong one. Well, it's just that Nepenthes is not far behind, and has a move that crits in every single turn, and Source is actually higher. You live around in South America. Your Pokemon was together deep in the jungle. I think it's on another one that just states which one it is, and you wonder how can you get it? You can't. Not without hacking or glitches. I'm at the point where I can't go any further. I mean, there was that section over there. I can't remember which one of the two it actually is that I need to go down. I never remember. I don't know why. Yeah, pure electric, can't do shit to me. Although I guess it is not, because I can't KO. Magnify is 10 numbers lower than me. At least a special is falling for them. I'll do this for my levels. Actually, I've just had the thought, when am I gonna cover a mystery dungeon game on this channel? Because I have played Explorers of Sky a lot, and I do own, I think, Darkness and Blue Rescue Team. I managed to get those two together quite cheaply a few years ago, and so I do want to. Will they take a while? Yes, and a lot of it's going to be me playing, well, at a certain point it would just be playing the game blind, which would actually, in some cases, make it more fun, because I wouldn't know, like, what to expect. It's not that one. Shit. Well, we can't go up. Is it him? It may be. But, you know, it was kind of was like on the streak of like green, like okay, it was definitely improving, and then it peaked massively with Explorers of Sky. Even the reviews for some reason are just awful to it, and it's the most expensive one. And then they did Super Mystery Dungeon. I never played that, and then Mystery Dungeon DX later on. I didn't play that either, but it just was like, okay, clearly something happened after Super Mystery Dungeon that we're not making another one of these again. Because that was all weird that it was on the 3DS, but also was more focused on Gen 5. They did that, not me. I mean, it was mostly Gen 5, so with Pikachu thrown in because of course. So who knows like what happened between like afterwards. It'll be like, did the game just do nothing? And did it just not sell well enough for them to consider making another one? I would have to assume so, and this Ninetales setting a really bad precedent. But like, if it's bad now, how bad is it going to be in the gym itself? And of course I'm burnt. $44. Ooh. Especially like the questionnaire that gets filled in of like, I want to say, I don't remember what ones I normally end up getting, or even if it's a random thing. But I want to say that even if you like, that you can decline the choice and choose, or I can't remember whether or not you can or cannot, and it's just whatever one you get given, and then you get to choose whoever your partner is. Like I said, it's been many years since I actively played Mystery Dungeon. So yeah, I'm not gonna remember at all. And to be fair, we've had nothing after DX. I don't know if that's just because they don't like doing spin-offs anymore with all the one entry in the title. Because they did new Pokemon Snap. And there hasn't been a sequel to that at all. At least from what I know. Yeah, they didn't do anything without it. Nothing was wanting to be done with Ash. I've seen no sequel to Puzzle Boom go wonderfully enough. I don't think they'd even consider doing pinball at all. And it just makes me think, do they not want to do many spin-offs anymore? Or is it like, why would we need to do a Pokemon one? When we can have regular pinball. I'm pretty sure they very easily also could. I want to say how like Monopoly is on the Switch, specifically the Hasbro one that's also on Steam, but like they could absolutely just within that make their own versions of like all their franchises. Because I'm pretty sure that there already is a Pokemon Monopoly. There has to be a Mario one. Just put those into it. And you get a lot of money. They didn't consider doing a sequel to Master League or anything. If that's what it's called. They have this much money, they're like throwing it around, or actually use it. I don't think it's gonna hurt them that much financially to make a few board card games. More. Because I used it back in the day. I guess now it's for some reason playing it a bit too safe in some cases. I point Pikachu everywhere. I don't care if he is a muscular. Other Pokemon exist and all you want to do is just promote him. Or her. Ironically, I know, I don't think it actually is, like, is it just a male Pikachu as the mascot for the series? Even though they made, pretty sure they did make a version, well, a gender difference for Pikachu, I want to believe. Specifically on the tail or something. But it does just become the point of like, yes, I understand why. But still doesn't mean I can't be annoyed that my favourites never get put in the spotlight much. Well, Zangoose, Torterra, and Lantern, and High Dragon. Actually, I can't even say High Dragon because there was that futuristic paradox form. I can say for Zangoose and Lantern, they've had nothing. For how long? And at this rate, I've just never. No, I didn't know that was there. I just added it a guess. Oh god, what level is it if I could find it till now? 46! That would be a good reason as why I couldn't effectively use a repel. That's not good. My mons are lower level than some random mons. Especially when we are so close to clean this team. I will say for a while, it definitely felt like it had been a struggle to get anywhere, especially when I had 40 members early on, and majority of them were the same type. So I had no diversity. Not even in the moves department, the depth basically non-existent. Any form of a good flying type I was ruined. At the very beginning, because of how it's set up, was actually really easy. It's just once I did get Paris, and trying to make Paris like part of the team proper, it was a struggle from then. And even during the part where I was trying to train on the Surge, it still felt like a struggle. Especially when I wouldn't prove the method I wasn't originally going to go for. And then it really was after that. Especially with the amount of choices I had available of like, which path am I needing to change for my path of least resistance? Then near enough. Because I was wanting to get Exeggcute as soon as possible. I mean, I would say the choice actually did pay off. And I've had Exeggcute for the longest time. And is my saving grace been like, I get a psychic. Yeah, okay, it's actually annoying. One of the quad weaknesses is still there, but it's barely a factor. I can say, yeah, whether you control one of the type, one of the weaknesses is barely affected him, but one isn't at all. Ghost. Dark doesn't exist. So the three fears weaknesses is like 1 does not exist at all. This glitch. 1 is going to exist in the next game. Do I have no exit at all? I guess I'm thinking too much of the power plant, aren't I? Actually... Yep. Yeah, I still feel tired as shit. If it helps, I'm going better and just a bit even more tired. At least I know that my remaining days of work for this week, I'm not having to deal with the bullshittery of like having to go somewhere else to cover something that I've been so not to do, or having to do the entire shift being by myself. I'm not saying it's impossible for someone like me to do stuff like that, but it is what happens is like when it's the newer kids that don't turn up till 5 are the ones on after you, and so that you just expected to hold on. But I can get as far as I can. Just some caveats are gonna be within it. But now I'm thinking of the 2 rare candies I have. Do I just get armed up to 46 and then activate it? I feel like I am. Also, I never do the quizzes in this gym. Not even in Infinite Fusion where you actually have to like see what they are. I just spam A, and the devs clearly did that. Like they knew if people wanted to do it, you just spam it, but it's now looking like I actually do have to answer them. No, I want the experience as much as possible. I didn't... Okay, it doesn't matter if I get the right wrong. Well, yeah, that first question, does that count as correct? Because it will eventually, but it's not like a straightforward evolution like that into Venom. There's sort of this middle step that doesn't count, which is, I think that's why they changed in the remake to Metapod. It's, yeah, you would be thinking, well, no, it evolves into Metapod, but then evolves into Butterfree. So it's like, it's not exactly wrong, it's just how it's portrayed as horrible, and that Bullpix has flamethrower. Yeah, this is why I want the evolution now. Cause shit like that. Why am I not surprised at that? Oh, come on! How many times am I gonna be able to miss fucking Sunspore? This is ridiculous. But I wanted that Sunspore just so I could potentially outspeed the Ninetales. I guess this will have to do. Why have I still got poison powder though? Now I'm gonna look up, like, does Mandragora get anything else? Does it? We can ignore level up moves, but okay, wait. Extra moves. I mean, Hyper Beam is there. I don't know. Do I even still have that, or is it one of the moves that I can buy at the store? Let me check. Okay, I'm seeing Double Team, Reflect, Razor Wind, Horn Jaw, Egg Bomb, Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Takedown, Submission. So essentially the only one of those that would even... Takedown would be the only one there really available. Okay, Reflect kind of would be better than Poison Powder because I have Sleep Powder, I don't need both. So I guess I could. Oh, God. What the fuck is the point? How was I meant to know that he was gonna wake up first turn? Oh, wait. I didn't. But it's happened too many times to count. And with that, I'm now gonna go east to hopefully get, well, find some more trainers east of Cinnabar. Get one more level, then get the Exeggutor, and then see how bad Parasite can do against the opposition. Because if I was being outsped with a group of eggs that are actually faster than a literal Parasite. I have the wrong one enabled. Bollocks. Also, I guess I should mention some updates on my upcoming games. There is no current update for the Old Republic for when I will eventually get around to that. Which one? Day 3. Do I have 33? If I just sell it off? Unless I already did sell it. I'm seeing 30. I saw 34. 37. Specifically because I'm doing this, meaning that I'm not going to have the time also do the Old Republic. Also does not help that my left hand can still very much act up like usual. Meaning I really just am in the shambles of like it's possible, but it's like how long until me just doing like using my left hand sort of like in the floor like this. If the mouse can, well, the camera can pick it up properly. Feel like that. Because yeah, I do generally do that and then use my right hand to move about. Instead of the opposite way, because I'm left-handed. Why I haven't trying to get myself a left-handed mouse, but no, then again, this actually just works perfectly fine on my left hand. Surprisingly. Maybe not the absolute best in the world compared to right-hander, because well, the left part is where the thumb is meant to go, but most companies don't make a dedicated left-handed mouse because the majority of the population is right-handed, and to save space and save them money, they just make one that isn't suited to either, but is also fine for both. But I guess the closest I have to an update is that I've got 2 characters left to do Shadow of Revan with. Problem is that one character has yet to technically start that because one is, well, my smuggler has done all of the CAD, just not any of the flashpoints leading on to Shadow of Revan. Or even anything on it, hasn't even gone to Rishi at all. Oh, yeah, not even on Manar. Not even done anything with the Jedi Temple. And my last one, the Sith Warrior, has one more flashpoint left to do an Ilum concerning Malgus. And then can actually do the Makeb stuff. So yeah, that's where we're looking. We've got 2 left, and both of them are very far away. Like, it would no doubt require at least 3 full days worth just to get both of them past Shadow of Revan. Which I can absolutely just do that on the upcoming days, really. Just to get them out of the way. Then I can stream! Well, I'll do a long stream of Makeb. Actually, anything after the post-game. Or my Imperial Agent. The one that decided, I'm going to America. Vector. But also, yeah, did end up doing Imperial Agent because I heard it was the best storyline. But I don't want to see what it's like from a female's perspective, honestly. I also do have plans to do a 3rd playthrough of it, with the case of male, and also choosing Watcher 2. Sounds a little bit interest. Just not yet. Cause I can really know probably knowing that I can't get absolutely every single achievement. There's quite a few that do need like require PvP, and I think other people. I will do literally as much as I can. See what I can with the flashpoints at least. And also do all the stuff to do the extra like Knights of the Eternal Throne. But because none of it is like class based, the plan's still like get every character on my main save, my main server, to 75. If that's what the achievements go up to, and then just focus on Trooper. Because at least, but okay, it is sort of like class related, or up to Rishi. Because there isn't like a side quest on Rishi for each class. I still wanted to make it so that all of them had beaten Revan at least. Oh, come on. Just takes one mon. One mon in a random fight. Don't even get that because he had a Pidgeotto instead of a knot. Because you even have to, I still need to do each of these standard flashpoints, and I've done like half of them, I want to say. And then I want, is that even, like, how much more is it that I can do more than just get the characters up to 75 flashpoints and then do the story stuff up to like Knights of the Eternal Throne? I think that is the purpose it goes. I know there's stuff like Onslaught and Legacy of the Sith, but they're not in the achievement. So I want to see the rest of it. Why does it have to keep on sounding like people are trying to break into the house or something? Is it just my paranoia? I think it's my paranoia. In a pit. No. Well, I did, and realised that stuff with me all the public. That all the layer achievements are complete all the chapters of Knights of the Fallen Empire and Eternal Throne on like Veteran and Master difficulty, which I can't do by myself, so I can do near enough everything up to like 1.1%. Well, I mean, I can try and see how bad they are on Veteran difficulty at least. But if I struggle with Veteran, then I know I've gone too far. I will get in all of them. So Living Legend. So yeah, it's getting there. Oh, that's catching. I remember the username. Shit, no one's getting caught in the wires. Well, let's at least save. But I love save. I mean, I do it so much. I kind of have to. $47. 48. The overpowered myth. And now we can use the final leaf slime. I'm not willing to give that out all willy-nilly. Because on my Twitch page, I do have it listed that where is it? Yeah, oh no, I'm just not wanting to give that to anyone anymore. Because back in the day, I had too many cases of people on at least Twitch or bots being like username and being like, I would message them in Twitch whispers, and then a lot of times they would just send me the usual shit over and over. Like, it would look so copy and pasted and be like I'd seen it before. And they were essentially asked to just be like, I've seen it before, and I didn't need it because it's like, don't need a profile picture, don't need the banner, don't need help with emotes really. But no, emotes is the only aspect. But even then they wouldn't listen, it's just like, nah. So because of me being burned too many times by that I'm just not gonna do that anymore. But we finally have the most overpowered member of the team with 148 special. Now I've got to just set the boundaries of trades that because of how long I've streamed for in terms of years, I had enough times where I was thinking, well, I will just see if it's any different or just entertain it. But no, it is not. It's nearly fucking identical. Just. Oh, I'm just gonna stare at that 148 special. I haven't got anything even close to that. Even speed. Speed is not even the worst thing in the world. Does it think it will even have many weaknesses in this game? Okay, well there's fire, ice, poison, flying, but okay, there's bugs as well, but ghost and dark aren't even there. Oh, right, yeah. Ghost is nothing. Dark's also nothing. Okay, that's still leaving me with 6 weaknesses, but fire is not the most common of types in appears like once. Poison I already covered with psychic anyways. Bug, almost all of them are not a threat and really just not gonna. I'm not seeing the move of him much. It's not really gonna be seen in the league. Just at all. Flying may actually be a problem. Flying, like I'm saying, flying and fire are definitely going to be an issue. Ice, kinda. Well, as I've said before, Ash Ketchum, this is the most we've ever talked, and I don't want to make friends that quickly. Well, finally, in this position right now. I mean, I know you can say that you won't do anything unsafe, but gotta set boundaries somehow. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Why I didn't do this amongst the evolution, I don't know. Good. Some would say, oh, that's the team you can play. Why try and play any further? Well, I need to know how this team ends up doing against the league. You know, the work is nowhere even close to done. And your words all I have? Really? But it's still in the case of I don't know you. Because it's not like you're a friend of a friend. Also, now we're at the point where I'm not having to answer the questions. I can just go straight in. Good. Well, it's not on that level, Ketchup. It's just as I say, because I don't know you at all. Well, the best I can ask for is at least an age range, not specific age, but like how old are you? Because if you're a certain age range, I'm not going to add you at all, because then that's putting me on the list. Like specifically, are you older or younger than 20 years old? Oh, not the flavor, no! Wait. Do they need to spam quick attack because they have nothing else? Okay, I'm missing them. Okay. Well, no, I don't need accurate age. Just, you know, make sure that you weren't severely younger than me in such a way that it would put me on the list. Also, I cannot just fall on strangers because we're still, I'd still say we're at least acquaintances at this point. Because I don't... Trying to explain this is... It's not easy, because... As I said in the thing, my Discord's unavailable to most people, as I said. I didn't say anything on there about whether or not the Steam account can or cannot. It's not hard to find my Steam account. It's literally just the same as my Twitch. You can have that. I mean, you would know it is me because I use the same logo and everything. See if I can try that again. I'm gonna have to put this in the report that despite everything going for it, because of Parasite's low speed, I can't get anywhere. Yeah, but as I said, you can find my Steam account. You can always add me on friends there. It's the same as here. One of the easiest things to find. Right, okay, no, this one is wanting to be the annoying one. Oh, it just walked up to me and be like, "You got it wrong. You should be terminated." He's a super nerd. He would be the one saying, "How did you not get that right?" On Steam, yes. Because, well, I mean, it does have chat function that I barely use. Because I mostly just use it for invites. But yes. Well, I'm giving you that because it's public information. Not even 50 speed. Oh god, I'm disappointed. Oh, at least I know I'm faster than the Growlers. Isn't gonna help me at all against Blaine. Same to say, I think I may or may not be screwed. Does not matter how many levels I get, I'm gonna be slower than his entire team. I'm still on the level compared to his entire team. Oh, fuck. Yes, it's forced me to do it. Hang on, no, that technically, does that not count? 3 possible ones? There's Polywell, Poliwrath, and then the other one's the side one. In due time, just not right now, because I have a stream to do. And you didn't need to do Fire Spin Ponytail at all. Oh, come on. Did I need to do that much? Really? Fine, fuck you. No, it has its fire spin. Goals, I choose the one that's slower than it. Do they have no other moves? Oh, why did someone make it so that Fire Spin had to be in the group of the most annoying moves in the game? Or did they just not think it through? How much of it is just they didn't think it through and were unable to change it? Or were they really under the impression that no one would be doing the type-only playthrough? Again, that there's many options, surely someone would. Or did they just not care? Which one? not have time, didn't care, or did not think about it. Well, I'm not going to send you one. The indications that you send a request to me and that I would accept it once the stream had finished. Why do I even bother? I thought I was gonna have at least something else. Not the worst move I could ever face, even worse than 5 levels of life balls. This is why Legends are much better, because at least it knows I have actual good defenses against a possible fire type or a mon that isn't the slowest thing on Earth. Or not am to worry about fire spin, making it so that I do nothing. Oh yeah, the rubber touch is still faster than me. Sick. Cool. We have a speed tie. Also, that's how much it did after a critical hit. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, like an actually put one to sleep, it's not the worst thing in the world. But otherwise, bitch, shit. Oh, I just realized that my air pressure is nearly halfway dead. Oh god, no. This is costing me way too much money. That's why I'm not spending any more money. I'm just gonna go back to the Pokemon Center every time. Oh my fucking god. I hate fire spin in this game. Look, Legend, you needn't have to never worry about it because it's an early game fire move. What I don't really want to use because Ember's right there. But in this game, it's just really good. Like, it is arguably I think the best form of the trapping moves. Because it actually is super effective against something. So it would just do even more. I don't know if it can burn Abby a bit much, if it could trap you and burn you at the same time. Because Will-O-Wisp wasn't a thing yet. Oh god, when even was Will-O-Wisp a thing? Like, my mind really wants to say it was not a thing until Gen 3 with the Howling Ghosts. How is this one your favorite? Explain! Explain! Or explain! I'm hilarious. Oh god, no, fuck. Can you do anything, Parasite? You were able to... Great. This one's not even going to be a KO, is it? Despite everything. I already mentioned Steam. It's not hard. You can find my name a lot easier than I can find yours. You have the possibility of doing that. I didn't exactly hide it. I already told you how to find it. Well, why would I send the request to you when I'm the one streaming? Are you saying that you are an impossibility of sending the request to me? I'm the one streaming here, the one being busy. Why can you not send requests in stream? It seems like more of a you issue right now. Because I'm not gonna... I have no reason to send you. But why? Did you get back banned or something? Were you a victim of circumstances with the back ban if it was that? Oh, I had Tombstone, like the classic! And it had to be censored to Tombstoney. Damn censors! Like, I need Parasect to be level 75 to just be able to do anything. Okay, I know that on its own, Parasect wouldn't be the most one, but as of right now, amongst a team of 5, yeah, Parasite is the worst team member going. Even though I've got 2 months that are similar, like very similar, they are still able to hold their way a lot more than Parasite is. But why are you limited? We need to dig deeper into this. Why are you limited? Because I've never heard anyone else be limited. Yeah, I've never heard that before. Not once in my life have I ever heard anyone not spending money on Steam and then making it so that that's exactly why you can't send requests in. That could just be because then if everyone I know has spent too much money on it, honestly. Like, we spent the entire life savings on it, if they had any. I know that I have with 300 plus games there in the library. Also, why don't you spend any money on Steam? Just in general, why don't you? Okay, this is the one thing you've been able to be good for. That's the trick. But I'm gonna ask again, why do you not spend any money on Steam? Well, also $5 is $5. I mean, it's the case, but this is the thing I've never heard of because anyone I know is, like I said, spent way too much money on Steam before. Well, are you sure there's no games you've ever considered buying on Steam at all? Especially when I'm pretty sure most of them would run better than anything on the Switch. I would know because I own an original Switch. Well, if only I knew your... Well, as of right now, I don't know what yours is. I will do that in time, just not now. Oh, it's very easy to forget it because, well, I mean, the stream logins the VOD on the... Yeah, no, the VOD's gonna see it anyways. Bugger. Oh, it's fine, actually. Yeah, it turns out they can't do shit. Why should I have worried? They just decided to be stupid and also no super potions in the middle of a battle for once. I know that seems really, really weird. Well, you're not getting my actual name for right now. It's confidential in this realm. I don't do that. Especially when the people who I normally stream with don't even know my name, so that's just being locked away. Because I prefer to keep my personal life and this life very, very separate. Yeah, when I'm not streaming that. Shit, nope, I've got... When I'm not streaming, when in time. Patience. Does it reveal himself? No, it does not. Why it's still considered to be kept a mystery even in yellow, I don't know. I expected it in red and blue. But why they still expect you to not know by yellow is odd. I would want to say that it is one of the easiest. Easy. It's not one of the easier gyms for this game for grass types, because stupidly, despite it being a ground gym, a lot of the trainers do not know about using ground types at all. Will they use poison types? Yes. Psychic types, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, there's a poison type right there. It's nearly at the same level as Blind Defenders. Oh, that is distressing. Oh, just normal times as well. I should have included that as well, because well, Giovanni has a Persian, so they thought, let's add fucking normal types to the gym. So what's the point of it being ground? Not how a gym is supposed to be run. Yeah, whiplash. I mean, definitely there was some whiplash back then. You just seen the claws out of nowhere. This game. Just see, oh yeah, the Pokemon with the color brown in it. That probably means it's ground type. It doesn't explain the choke, flying type, and everything. Yes, I may resist the moves, but it's not ground. Why make Giovanni the ground type leader if his gym trainers don't have ground types? Or not many of them. Oh, come on. Don't miss now. I mean, we know I can say I'm fine with being in here because he does evolve into a ground type. I'm not going to be able to say the same for any of the others. Ah, there's the Nether King. Looking a lot more menacing than its later appearances, gotta admit. Cause yeah, they just made it really fucking small in the legs. Looks wrong. Level 42. God, I didn't get rid of the whips. I'm surprised no one tried to say anything about that at the time. Whips in a Pokemon game, it's not the best it looks. This is one of the few gyms that has an item in it. I really do want to say it's like either the only one or the first. But specifically, like when there's gym trainers around, because I'm not wanting to count the machine part in the Sabuni gym, because that's more before the gym becomes a thing. And how about actual ground type? The only pure ground type. Well, plenty of all pure ground type in the game, but we'll take it. Yeah, it just means it's gonna, well, okay, one that isn't looking like a bug trio. At least the Sunswipe is good practice for later on when the rival has his. And it's just gonna be one shot no matter who I choose. Another mature, it's still not even the right color. Why is it olive green instead of more of a, like a silver color? Even if I want, but like, let's have a perfect, like a grayish blue. I'd say would be more accurate. Oh, you're learning growth, are you? I don't have space on the team for that. On a while on the ground and rock time. But we'll never know why it was only for that line that they reversed type order, all the rest rock and ground, be like it's ground and rock. It doesn't fucking change anything. Same weaknesses, same strengths. Why'd they have to make this one different? Because I play you and then go all the way around. Because someone didn't design this gym very well. Still better than the one on Gold or Silver. Because I hate that, like, the move forward. I forgot what they're called, but the thing that just make you spin around and go forwards. In this gym, look a whole lot worse than trying to get to a blue is really annoying. Then again, the one in God's Open Crystal, there is no puzzle, it's literally just like a... So no matter what, they seem to be unable to make a good gym in Cancer. Unless Pikachu and Eevee fixed that, but I don't remember. I don't remember enough from that game, and I never want to play it again. Only 950. God, how poor are you, black belts? Really? How can you be this broke? And now the black belt wants to look at me because its default position is to look up. Oh look, it's Mr. Giovanni himself with his green mustache. It's not exactly common you see anyone with a green mustache. Oh, did you? Funny how you mentioned that and then trying to do it again in the future. Or will you get stopped by someone else? Which, oh no, you get stopped by a future character who travels back in time. Yeah, that's when what happens to Giovanni. Like after this. Oh no. That's fucking Oko move right there, and the mouse actually hit. Because the Doctrio is faster than me. I'm pretty sure that if you are faster than the target, then the fish is gonna hit in this game no matter what. Like, ironically, it is a speed thing, not just 30% flat chance. God, imagine if they made an ability making it so that Oko moves would have the accuracy increase up to 50%. And then couldn't learn any. So just frighten the entirety of the VGC over nothing. To level 53! Yeah, because we're in that annoying part of the game where the levels just jump up massively. And you can't do much of any catch up to that because you've already fought all of the trainers to get here. You just sort of stuck. Being like, do you try and brute force with the levels you have, or just get more and more level, only to have to do it again? Oh, I hate that I missed so many times that I just ended up hitting myself in confusion no matter what, and I'm now dead. Because no way was that not going to be a critical hit. I don't. Are you gonna have need a king and need a queen and then ride on? Well, it doesn't matter. Switching to palms. At least then I'll have them on that's close to your level. And still be slower. Seems why you have palms on the team. Slow start. But as soon as involved, kicking absolute arse, and that's a level 55 Ninja King right there, holy shit. See what I mean? Where the levels just jump up out of fucking nowhere. Anyway, I've been able to survive recently because of a psychic type. If I didn't have that, I would be boned. Yeah, I'm not biggest fan of that spine compared to the original one. I know what you're trying to go for, but it doesn't work. That one was a fucking critical hit? Are you serious? Not that matter, because Palms is the champ. Oh, 5445. Is that not good, is it? It's not helpful for my team at all. Because no one can fucking learn it. So I was planning to go until 7 PM, but I just for some reason feeling more and more exhausted than I should. So if anything, what we can just start the next stream with this, with the second to last rival fight, and see how badly my art gets kicked because Flareon still exists. It is good in this game, or at least better than the Gen 2 version that is only good in the solo run. Also, I never got the item that was down there because I forgot about it. So I'm going to end it here, entering and have some fucking pizza. Look on check on it, it's pretty good, so. Yeah, as I said, not here tomorrow, and likely not gonna be here again until Saturday afternoon, so. See you then, and ciao for now.